All right, happy Thursday, everyone. Just hopping back on here. I feel like I was here just yesterday. In fact, now it feels like literally it's like there's stream life on stream, and then there's kind of like outside stream, and things are just starting to very separate. Where it's like there's a very real like, oh no, I'm not on stream. I can hang out. I can relax. Whereas like, I mean, I'm relaxing on stream too, but it's just different. I don't know. But so then listen to this shit. Um, I went to go to the gym today. So I get ready, I get Keitha ready, I get all my stuff there, I get my workout written in my book. I'm on my way. I drive. It's like a 35-40 minute drive to my gym. It's a specialty gym, and I get it for free. So and if I don't drive there, it takes like 100. It's like $180 a month. So it's worth it for me to drive. There's no traffic, nothing. So I take my pre-workout here, drive all the way up there, and then come to find out, the door's locked. And I was just like, "Are you fucking shitting me?" Um, I checked the back, seeing if the back door's open. It's not. Um, I call people that might have a key that might be in the area. No one picks up. So I'm just sitting here like gr- grinding my teeth because I just took a fucking pre-workout to the face, a dry scoop of pre-workout at home. And so what I do, I came home and I'm sitting here like, just like, not like, it's like so weird. I don't know if you know what I'm talking about if you take pre-workout, right? But I'm like ready to lift, or work out, and then nothing. I came back and I did like, there's an accuracy aim lab trainer type thing that I was playing around with. So it was um it was interesting, just like getting into like really like vibing out with like aim lab trainer, but on pre-workout. It was like almost like I took pre-workout to do this thing. So yeah. So let's go ahead and we're gonna not jump right into looking into what happened when the Spaniards arrived in the Incan Empire. So we'll come over here. All right. So let's see. Where were we at? So I realized some things about the main character, um, Gonzalo Pizarro. I think I'm gonna call the book Gonzo. Um, Gonzalo Pizarro. There's a book I'm reading called The Science of Storytelling, and it advises that you look for your character's sacred flaw. Like, what is the thing he believes deep down that paints a picture that provides details about why they are the way they are, why they do what they do. So, as an example, he said that Theresa May, the former British Prime Minister, always acts like she is the only adult in the room. And so immediately in your head, you think about like, oh wow, like this kind of character is very unique, and it creates a situation in your head where you're like, oh wow, I can see that happening, right? Um, so you almost think like a Hermione Granger, like a studious know-it-all, right? So you can really kind of think about what it is that Nachito, what's going on, man? So I was really trying to think about what I could describe, how I could describe this dude, Gonzalo Pizarro, and reading a little bit about where he's from. He's from a very poor part of Spain, very very rural. He's not. I don't believe. Hold on, let me see. I think him or one of the other Pizarros are not legitimate. Um. So, let me see. Let me see. Let me see. No, he's not legitimate. So he's like kind of it's like a bastard child of a noble in Spain. And so kind of the sacred flaw, the way I'm thinking about this character is that he's convinced he's a great man that was born in the wrong class. And so you can kind of get a sense of the contempt he has for what he would consider lower class Spaniards. You can kind of get a sense for the contempt he has for the natives, the Incans, and because he believes that he is a great man, and so even in the presence of other great men, he feels the need to dominate and make sure it's known. So that kind of gives the feel um, of this character. And then I did my first workout yesterday, and I had some of the best sleep I've had. Dude, that's what you needed to do, man. You just need to get tired. What'd you do? What was your workout? And then Gonzalo Pizarro, he has this belief that he's this great man born in the wrong class, and so that gives rise to his brutality, because he really was very brutal to the Incans and the natives. So, um, just trying to figure out what's like his belief, deep seated belief that is informing his actions. Nachito, was it some lifting? Was it some cardio? What'd you hit? All right, so we had the new laws. So we open on the massacre of Cajamarca. I mean, really though, the first scene. First scene. Atahualpa meeting with Oracle. Hears about from them. That him and his brother need to band together and defend the land from the invaders. Instead, Atahualpa kills the oracle and pushes and sends word to Kiskis to crush Huascar. It was simple. I did a bit of everything to start strengthening everything. A bit of legs, a bit of core, and hit a bit of every upper body muscle. Oh, that's legit. Did you go to the gym or was this at home? And then this is the prologue. Chapter 1. from Gonzalo Pizarro's perspective. Meet Gonzo. He's with Valverde. I was told by someone I know that it's a personal trainer that it's important to stimulate the muscles right now, not try to really focus on muscle groups right now that can work out every day. Oh, sure, yeah. So I don't like I never focus on muscle groups because that's like so in essence there's kind of like they're it sounds like they're like they know what they're talking about. They're just kind of saying get your muscles moving, get moving, you know, feel shit. But I personally never focus on muscle groups because I'm not a bodybuilder. I only care about what I'm doing. If I was a bodybuilder, then in that case I would, you know, try and hit arms, hit legs, hit balance, but I don't really give a shit what I look like. I need to move weight and I need to be fast. The only thing I do kind of want is big ass legs, but alas, it was not meant to be. Perfect. So did you go to a gym, Nachito? Was this like an excursion? Did you go somewhere for it? Oh, you went to gym at my apartment complex. Oh yeah, that's perfect. So you got like all the gear and shit. Dude, that's such a it's such like an underrated thing to have that as part of your house or as part of your complex, whatever it is. Like it's so convenient. Like I had a gym at my house in our last place, and that was like that was great. Mm-hmm. Chapter 2, travel to Cusco. Oh no. Receive gold. Receive gold and silver from native tribute. Oh shoot. Worry about generals, Incan generals. Dude, so after the Spaniards captured the Incan Emperor filled one room with gold up to about his height, and then filled it twice with silver, because that's how much they had everywhere. Like this shit, they had gold everywhere at the Incan Empire. Like apparently, in the thermal hot springs, like the Spaniards would always find women's gold bobby pins and stuff. Shit. Kita's Kita's doing Kita things. She's already starting to grumble. I really hope she doesn't have to go to the bathroom. I walked her right before stream too. But she's had some stomach issues for the past for the last 2 weeks. And I don't know if right now she's just being a punk and like wants attention, or her stomach hurts and she needs to go outside. But so worry about Incan generals coming to rescue Atahualpa. Execution and installation of Manco Inca as puppet emperor. I mean, really diving in here fast. I'm gonna have to slow this down. Because in this timeline, let's see here. 1, 2. I mean, yeah. The Massacre is the first chapter. And then install the puppet emperor, yep. And then March to Cusco. No, I can definitely. Well, let's just see what happens. Let's see how many chapters this is going to be. It tentatively would be. March. To Cusco. Battle with Quisquis. Can you guys hear that? The grumbling. Usually this is what happens when she has a stomach ache. Ah, man. This rascal dog of mine, man. It's okay. She'll be fine. If I need to take her out, let's take a break. Oh shit. I'll make her sit right next to the mic. Like, Kita, come here. Get these grumbles on stream. She sounds super cute. Do you see her in the background right now? Here, hold on. Look at her sitting there. Honestly, I think she needs to go to the bathroom. And like it's unfortunate. Exactly. I'm gonna exploit your cuteness for my monetary gain. Look at her little face and her little opposite ears. I put like a fucking like a bonnet on her. Dance, Kita, dance. Mi Gonzalo. Our Incan generals, Diego de Almagro. She's the most adorable Muppet. From Sword? Is it a real Pokemon? Hey Kita. Do you need to go? She just literally came right next to me. So I need to take a break real quick. I will come back in a second. I gotta take her ass out before she shits everywhere. Hey Tom, what's going on, man? Sorry, this dog of mine is being such a rascal. You know she didn't even go to the bathroom? Like, I don't know what the heck is going on with her. Cause she like literally I took her to like the spot where she usually take a poop. And then she just like goes, sniffs around, and then sits. I was like, what in the earth? Like, she reminds you of Boltund? Alright, let me look up Boltund. Oh yeah. That definitely looks like her. Let's see if I can get this Yep, I could definitely see that. Except not as cute. Cause she's an asshole. But I mean, hopefully she doesn't need to go again because it's like as much as annoyed as I am that she won't go to the bathroom, it's also like I'd rather her bark and annoy me than shit in the house, you know? So it's like, all right, well, there are worse things. I need to figure out the one thing I do need to figure out is who is the villain? Is it IAN? I think it's IAN. AIN. Wow. Okay. Options are Diego del Magro, Manco Inca. No, I made some albondigas. What are albondigas? Dude, I feel like any like homemade cooking is like dope. Spanish meatballs and tomato sauce. That's what's up. Dude, I eat so boring. Um like it's just like seeing pictures of that with like spices and garnish. I'm just like, man, that shit looks fancy as hell. But it's really like just like normal food, right? It's just like most people most people eat better shit. All right. Dude, Dre, are you there? Melissa's brother-in-law put me in a group thread with all of the like so it's all girls, right? And so it's like all the in-law, all the husbands and me. And then asked us if we wanted to go golfing at the beach trip. And two of us were like, yo, we're not going to the beach, bro. It's like I miss me with that. Yeah, she's it's not even like I'm like being dick about it. I'm just like I don't want to go all the way down to Outer Banks for a full week, and I just don't want to be with the kids, right? If there was no kids, oh, I don't mind. I don't mind the free vacation either. It's the kids, man. I don't want to go like it's it's like a 7, a 5, or like an 8 and a 6, and then uh two 3-year-olds and a 1-year-old. And I'm just like, that sounds terrible. No, thank you. So, and it's like all the way at Outer Banks. So even if it was Bethany, sometimes though, if they do it at Bethany or like at the shore near here, near me in Maryland, it's like the kids will only stay for half the week, and then I'll go down for the back half when the kids are gone. Yeah, well, a whole week of them. Like it's one thing. It's one thing to have like a little like an event, right? Like a birthday party or an afternoon or a cookout. But you're telling me I gotta have like I'm gonna be around kids for an entire week. I didn't have these fucks. Like I'm not the one who chose to bring them to this earth. I shouldn't have to listen to their bitching and moaning and crying and arguments and discussions and ultimatums. Like that ain't my problem. I find it better to eat boring and then eat good, but not bad food every once in a while. Dude, home cooking really is. I agree with that, Notch. But then my buddy Greg did. He just got back from beach with kids there, and he was saying that like the kids he sleeps in. By the time the kids are awake, or by the time he wakes up, the kids are already on the beach. And then when they come in to the beach, or they come in from the beach for lunch and nap time or whatever, he goes out to the beach, and then by the time he comes back, it's dinner, and then he just has to deal with them from dinner till they go to bed. And he was like, it wasn't that bad. I was like, for you, for you. Del Magro leaves to chase Quisquis to Quito. And then that leaves when did Pizarro found Lima? Found Lima in 1535. Okay. So we have yeah, I love that shit, man. The only thing I don't like about it is how you have to cook it yourself. I'm just like, I hope you guys don't expect a fucking tip. They say, and then you tip the same, and so I'm just like, oh man, this sucks. I'm cooking my own food and I have to tip the same. It's a racket. Nachito? Do you go to Korean barbecue often, or is that what your cousins want to do? And leave El Magro leaves Chase Keys to Quito. Nah, I don't associate with my cousin. Damn, dude. All my cousins are so much younger than me, so I'm just like, I don't even have like it's like they're not even fully formed enough to for me to not engage with them or associate with them, I should say. De Almagro leaves to chase keys to Quito. Hernando leaves to take to Spain. Francisco leaves to found Lima and leaves Juan, Gonzalo, and yeah, Korean barbecue, and then hot pot. Do you ever do hot pot? Same concept of like cooking your own shit, but some of my buddies do Korean barbecue and hot pot. It's like a combo place. They do it every single year for their birthday. It's not that expensive here either. There's one place that is, but all their servers are annoying as ass high schoolers that are entitled as if you're not paying there for if you're not dude. Yeah, fuck that place then. Those kind of places are all around here. Those kind of places are all like your Chipotle's and your Paneras and all that kind of stuff. Unless you go to the beach, then you get more like just high schoolers. Dude, Nacho, when's the last time you went to the beach? I mean, I guess you live pretty close to the beach, don't you? All right, and then chapter 4. Brutal. You can tell the owner likes hiring younger people. It's normally a sign he just wants to save money. Yeah, that's true. Dude, this dog's sitting here whining at me again. She is such a rascal. She's lucky she's cute. She is lucky she's cute. What, Kita? What? And then I also don't know if she just like wants attention. Like, what if she just is like, she just is she's just salty that I'm sitting here talking to you guys and I'm like making noise and I'm not paying attention to her. Which it's tough. It's tough out here. I mean, could I have 2 villains? I could definitely. I think she's learning to whine. Exactly, and I agree, and it's like kind of frustrating, but she doesn't like being outside necessarily. She like normally she'll lay here, and she just like, dude, she's such a lump. Like she just 100% like a lumpy space princess. talk to us. Monkey Rebels, Chapter 5. Shit, I'm gonna have like 3 villains, to be honest with you. See? There we go. Then you, see, it's the bark. That's the bark. I know you heard that one. And you don't know when she's going to get... Yeah, see in now. I'll be right back. This fuck... I can't get any fucking momentum going. Oh man, this rascal dog of mine. She finally went. But, oh shit, I didn't wash my hands. Hey, Keeks. Alright. So I think, oh, where was I? 3 villains. Going to be Diego del Magro among the conquistadors. And Mongol Inca. And then the third villain is going to be, what's his name? When he goes against the Spanish king. It's called Spanish Viceroy. I'll condense them into one. So this is what it kind of comes along with creating these stories from history, because like technically there's 2 Spanish viceroys. There was one who tried to impose the laws protecting the Incan, the natives, and then then he got called back to Spain, and they sent another one to take back the protections of the natives. And so technically there are 2, but I'm probably gonna have to condense them into one. Just like there were 2 puppet emperors, but the first puppet emperor only existed for like, I don't even think a couple months. Like it was like nothing, because he died to smallpox. Because yeah, the Spaniards, being around all the Spanish people, he just got, or the Spaniards, the conquistadors, he got sick, and then he died, and so they have a second puppet emperor. But I'm just gonna write one. So like it's history. It's based on history, but these are like the considerations. Yeah, and so now so I just had to take a break because my dog was barking because she needed to go outside, but now she's just laying on the ground, literally like about to fall asleep. Like her stomach's not bugging. Man, like it's like this, whatever it is fucked her stomach up. It's like it's been like 2 weeks almost. Hmm. Yeah, I just looked up mucus in a dog's poop for 2 weeks. I don't know what the mucus is coming from though. Like it's mucusy. Oh well. We sent her a stool sample in to get taken care of for the vet. So hopefully we'll get the test results back soon. All right. Manco Inca rebels, and then there's a series of battles, I believe. Um, Battles. Siege of Cusco. Juan dies. I think Hernando returns. Let me see. Hernando Pizarro returns. He did. Yep. Hernando returns. Siege of Cusco. Juan dies. And oh shoot. When does Almagro? Almagro leaves Cusco. So we got to say he left Cusco in 1535. But when this is like there's like no clear outline of this timeline. They were made regidores 1534. And then where did Diego de Almagro get? Hernando. Oh, that's the worst. Do you have lemons? Siege of Cusco. Juan dies. No, that's Almagro returns. And takes the Pizarro brothers. Takes Cusco. Plus the Pizarro brothers. Hostage. Claiming he had the right to the city. Based on new lines. Yeah, I got lemons. Damn, they got you, man. Who threw away the honey though? Why are they throwing shit? Why are they throwing so much shit away? I bet that'd be pretty good if you boil like mix water and honey, and then throw in a bunch of lemons and then boil it all. And then strain out the stuff. I bet you that'd be bomb. Do you know you could check if you have brown sugar? No one ever uses brown sugar, so if you had some used it once, it's probably just still sitting there. And then Almagro returns from Chile, takes Cusco and Pizarro brothers hostage. And then what happens next? Anka Yupanqui rebels. Yep, got that. Gonzo escapes. Chapter 7. Dude, this thing is just flying by. It won't be this fast. I'll add more chapters. I just want to see how many chapters, if I do the absolute minimum per chapter, what that looks like. Like if it, because it's like the absolute minimum can sometimes be 30 events. And so then it's like, and then it looks like, Sai, thanks for the subscription. But it's like if there was 30 events, like big events, then it would be like, oh, okay, the outline's done. But I don't think there will be 30. It's probably gonna end up like 15. And so we have to figure out where we want to tease and expand upon. To be honest with you, we're probably gonna have to expand upon some of these, like the villains in the story. Even though they all actually have their redeeming quality, but they're actually I agree with all of them because Gonzalo is the real villain in terms of like history, but in the story, Gonzalo is the hero. So let's say protagonist and antagonist. How about that? Cleaning it, and then daring escape by Gonzalo. Hernando released. Gather army. Battle against Almagristas. And then Chapter 8. Battle for Las Salinas. I think it's Battle 4. Battle of Las Salinas. Defeat Almagro. I mean, really, I wonder if it would almost be worth it to have 3 separate books. Ooh. That's a scary thought. No. There's no way. I just gotta do Chapter 9. Almagro condemned and executed. Appointed governor of Quito. Organize expedition for land of cinnamon / El Dorado. Chapter 10. Expedition. With Oriana. Oriana continues. Wow. Gonzalo goes back Traveling the length of the Amazon. I'll tell you one thing. Thinking about like being a European in South America, sailing down some random river, and just hoping that it leads somewhere it's safe, or like exploring down this random river. Like that shit is crazy to me. Like this guy really went down, just picked a river, went down, and ended up at the Amazon, and then took the Amazon all the way to the Atlantic Ocean. And that's fascinating. It's not like they had no technology, just like nothing. And it's just like, holy fuck. Sounds very uncomfortable, to be honest, too. Oh, where is this? There you go. Whoa. Man had an eye patch. I wonder what the route was. Oh, yeah, here. So he started in the Pacific coast near Quito, and then on what February 1541, and then by December 1541 he was barely anywhere, and then he continued on February 1542, April 42, May 42. Wow, May 42 he made some good progress. They moved. June 42, and then by fuck, man. So he started the expedition on the Amazon. He started it in February 1541, and then he went through, and it ended up in the Atlantic Ocean in August of 1542. So we're talking a year and 6 months. That's fucking gnarly. That's a lot of there's a lot of smells. I'm not gonna lie, it's a lot of smells. And then it's saying that like all of these civilizations that he encountered, all disappeared because of smallpox. They say there was 5 million people in 1500, and then by the early 1980s, it's fewer than 200,000. So, what is that? 95 95% of the people died, or diminished 95%. Oh wow, someone wrote a book about it, the cinnamon country of Orellana's trip. Yeah, that rascal Kita, laying no problem at all. If I back up, you can see her right there. She just needed to chill the fuck out and go to the bathroom. She didn't even try the first time, I'll be honest with you. She didn't even pace back and forth. She just went straight out and sat down. Dom Agro's son has killed Francisco. Gonzalo's revenge. I'm gonna say, see, he didn't kill the assassin, but I'm gonna make it say he did. What I'm saying is they act as if it's their fault. How did they know they would die? What do you mean? How did they know they would die? What I'm saying is they act as if it's their fault. How did they know they would die? It's a tragedy, but I don't think there was any malicious intent. Now the destabilizing of many civilizations were intentional. How did they know they would die? Oh, because of smallpox? Is that what you're saying? Oh yeah, exactly. And I think that to be honest with you, I think that if they had it was like a big accident, I think that'd be one thing. But for example, in the opening in the very first scene, or sorry, the very first chapter, um this is a real thing. It is like it's like a massacre of Cajamarca. And what happened was the Incans came to meet in a town and meet the Spaniards, and then the Spaniards rushed out and just started slashing and killed like thousands, but the Spaniards didn't lose anyone. So like if they had been like, oh, we're just gonna live here and we're gonna live there and we're like we'll be friends, and oh no, we accidentally killed you with our diseases, that's one thing. But the fact that like it's like the diseases are just the cherry on top of them already killing one like 95% of the population of the Americas was wiped out by the Spanish conquest, by the Europeans coming. And so it's like just the sheer magnitude of the people is like, and it wasn't just all smallpox. So it's like just the sheer magnitude of people of lives lost and just disappeared because of, because of brutality. But you're right. The specific diseases though, I don't, you're right. I don't blame necessarily because I just read something today about this because the one of the indigenous, the Native Americans, the Cree, um they said that when they first encountered smallpox, they didn't know what to do because they thought of it almost like they didn't understand the concept of one person getting another person sick. They thought it was like if you were wounded with an arrow, how could you wound me? How could your wound go to me? So they thought of it like that, and so they had no concept of um, someone else causing a sickness or a physical effect. No, they especially, and then when you think about like the Spaniards like walked off the boat, had their priest walk ahead of them with the Bible, pretty much have them just recite the words that this land is coming from, this land is being taken by the Pope and by the King, even though the natives had no idea what was coming, what was happening, and then they just started killing them. Talk about the real situation. Yeah, I agree. It's Jesus' wisdom. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, no, I know. I'm just saying. You're right, though. You're right about the diseases. Like, it's not their, it's not even necessarily their fault. Like, it was just like this is just an unfortunate, a really unfortunate tragedy. But where I think that it gets magnified is that they weren't these kind of like good faith explorers looking to make a go of it in the new world, right? It's like they're coming to kill, rape, and pillage, and so it was like, oh, okay. Battle of Chupas. Allies Carvajal. Valverde. Oh, fudge. All I need. All right, then chapter 12. Gonzalo Pizarro. Man, I guess I could separate. This is a hard one. Now what we'll do. Something like that. That's just Carvajal. Almagros. Unkilled. All right, chapter 13. New laws enacted. A Spanish Viceroy. Describe Bartolome de las Casas. New laws enacted by Spanish Viceroy, Gonzalo, and Carvajal. Revolt. Battle. Carvajal wants Gonzo to proclaim independence, but Gonzo refuses. Chapter 15. Viceroy overturns indigenous protections. Army deserts. Gonzo executed. Who's with me? Not terrible. I wonder if I should do like interludes, or like just to explain some of the settings of why this is important. Like, so for an interlude could be about Bartolome de las Casas, and he was this Dominican friar that advocated for protections of the natives against the Spaniards. Um, yeah. So it's like if I'm gonna have to think about this one, because if I can have a like almost like a little bit of a different structure. Yeah, I'm gonna have to think about that, because then like if I had a different structure, that would enable me to throw in some um more historical facts. Like I could really I could do like a little bit of a little like story about like the friar, a story about a new character that I haven't really talked about before, but who's important. So I'm gonna have to really consider if that's the move. I mean, I think it's what we call it interlude. An interlude. Okay, an interlude is when an author. Oh, what? Is when an author takes a break from the narrative to insert in a story or a piece of information that in some way thematically connects to the work. Yeah, I might actually be throwing in. I might be throwing in some interludes here, to be honest. First time of this guy, but it will be hmm, interludes. That'll be interesting. There's only a little bit that's muddy in here though, because I just don't know like this, especially like between when they put the puppet emperor in and when Almagro returns from Chile. That all feels really muddy. I was listening to Jordan Peterson yesterday, and I understand why he is the way he is. I would go as far as to say he's actually for the advancement of women. He's just worried about the consequences of the way we have gone about it. I could see that argument. I think he's an idiot, but I could see that argument. Like he's just he's like very self-righteous. It's like there's no room for like nuance from what I've gathered and what I think of him. It's like he just feels like it's just like alone at the top type of thing. It's like, dude, you think you just know everything, so no one can talk to you, bro. He's definitely not what I thought he was. Yeah, he's an interesting cat because he goes and he also he kind of punches down too, right? It's one thing for marginalized communities to punch up, all right, because they're the underdogs, if you will. But as a you can't punch down if you're in a position of power. That's just like you can't do. And so as a white man, you're just like, dude, what the fuck are you talking? Like, sorry, bro. All right. So if I do an interlude, oh man. And I guess I don't even have to have like a certain amount of them either. I just whenever it's time for an interlude, I'll just do an interlude. Hmm. So if we do this, this would be an interlude. Let me just italicize that. That would be an interlude. This would be an interlude. Oriana continues. Would be an interlude. Traveling length of Amazon would be the interlude. 2 straight interludes. That would be shitty. Because here, this is definitely so. They Gonzalo started on an expedition. Then he turns around. Oh man, that is, yeah, 2 straight interludes. Okay. This is gonna be an interesting structure. But we can do it. We can do it. No, it's all good, Nachito. I'm just talking to myself about, like, I'm talking about, not like to myself. I'm talking about my book. I was saying Jordan Peterson, he's just you can't punch down. So that was like my big spiel. I was like, he just punches down too much on trans, on gay, on women. It's like, all right, well. So this will be an interlude as well. I gotta figure out what was Carvajal doing. What was Carvajal doing in the beginning? (1535) was dispatched to Peru to relief of newly founded Lima. Then under siege by an Incan army. Carvajal led reinforcements. Oh. They laid siege to Lima. Zebra, what's up, man? Do your thing, do your thing. If where? Let me see where Lima. No Carvajal in here. If 1546. In 1535, he's dispatched to Peru to relieve a newly found Lima. 1535, and that would be The beginning of Lima. Okay, just right in the beginning. Carvajal returns and saves Lima from capture. I don't even think he's saying gay people can't be gay. It's just about having the government force them to say something. In my opinion, it's rude to not use their preferred pronouns, but it's an infringement basically when to force someone to say something. At that point, we're creating the next Salem witch trials. I mean, I think Jordan's public image is the proof of that. Yeah, no, I agree. But it's like, but that's just like what society's for, right? Like, it's like you're allowed, like literally, he's allowed to think whatever he wants. Anyone's allowed to think whatever they want, but you just have to deal with the repercussions. Like, there's going to be a lot of people that don't like that. You want to, I don't know, pass a controversial law? Well, sorry, you don't get to just go out in public and enjoy a steak because people are pissed at you, and that's just part of being part of a society. This isn't like a kings and this isn't a hierarchy of like betters and worse thans, and that like the worse thans have to tolerate the betters. It's like no. Like, it's just part of living in a society. If you want to push beyond the societal norms, that is completely well within your right. But there's also like a real risk of ostracization. And if this was back in the day, like pre-civilization or pre-agricultural revolution, then it's like you're shunned from the community and you're probably going to die because you're on your own. So there's like a very real like evolutionary benefit to being part of society. And so it's like if he wants to push past that, that's his choice, man. Like 100% is his choice. But I don't know. I feel like it's just like that's if he's willing to do that, he's willing to do it. Carvajal arrives. Yeah, this is gonna be. I think these little bits of information will be solid, especially because it's turned into a narrative centered around one person, Gonzalo Pizarro. It's like the ultimate tragedy because he got what he wanted. Because he can't change. I believe. See, but if they offered pardon and everything, why would he have fought? Oh, he refused to give up power. Refused to release power and the sovereignty over Peru, once belonging to him and his brothers. Sent him as prisoner to Panama. Oh, fucking Pizarro killed. He beheaded the Viceroy from from Spain. Yowza, he ain't coming back from that one. The king then put a new governor of Peru. Yeah, she finally did. So now that's why she's snoozing. Like, look, like, she's fast asleep right here. She just did that thing that dogs do when they, like... But, yeah. When she's... It's just like this... It's like this weird... It's the weirdest thing, because it's like kind of like mucusy diarrhea. It's like... And it's been for like 2 weeks now. And so, we sent a stool sample, but I don't know what it is. I hear goddamn... fucking dust. He's really right now? Why? Interesting. What? Really? I don't know. A month? That seems ridiculous. I'll be honest with you. Yeah, the boy's going to do it. What the fuck, man? That's... I just don't understand, like, what's taking a month, though? That's wild. My angle is more like I wish to have an equitable environment. From where I stand as a minority, I think minorities have the power right now. Honestly, I think Jordan's the underdog. I do like me an underdog. That's another reason I kind of enjoy listening to Jordan. I think he has a lot more merit than what people have given him. Maybe I like listening to the opposite side because I enjoy debating. But I go to say, as of now, he is speaking some facts. Yeah. I mean, I don't see how on earth you look at the Senate and the House of Representatives and the White House and the Supreme Court and think that anybody but like white men are the people in power. Like it's just so obvious, and so it's just like I don't think. I mean, you're allowed to think that minorities have the power right now, and I'm glad you feel empowered. That's fantastic. It's just I just find it a little bit. I can't square that circle. I don't feel sorry for myself at all as a Latino like man. I don't feel bad for myself. I'm not like upset about it. It's just like, but it's just also like I feel like it's the way of the world, and it's. I'm not like settling for it, but it's also just like, yeah, I don't think, and that's just me. It's like people are allowed to have different opinions, but also his reach, like you're saying, like more merit than people give him, dude. He's fucking famous. Like he's hella famous. He has a very successful podcast. He makes a shit ton of money. Like people go for him, sure, but he's not this outcast. He's not suffering. There's a lot of people who there's a lot of people who listen to him regularly. Let's put it that way. I mean in minority communities. I'm not sure what you mean by like. I think this one's hard to do in text. While one's in typing and one's talking, I think this one's a tough one. So we'll have to probably both hop on a call if we're gonna do that, or just kind of agree to disagree, let it lie type of thing. It's just hard because I don't think we're as opposite sides as it might appear. But it's hard with you writing and me talking. You know what I mean? But I'm aware of the power dynamic too. It's like, yeah. Dude, Dre, did you ever meet Megan Duffy at CrossFit Silver Spring? Maybe you didn't, but like Benjamin and Hudson had to have, because she's a vet. And so I'm not saying that you could get an appointment or anything, but even just like hey, I need your advice. And I'd be willing to talk and just say like, and ask for you if you wanted. But like, hey, need your advice. What should we do if homie's throwing up all the time? Like, Keita threw up too that first day. I was very surprised. So guys, you want to hear something funny? The Spanish conquest of Peru starts with a massacre, where the Spaniards all pretty much just they kill like thousands of Incans, and they don't lose a single man. Gonzalo Pizarro, that's what Gonzalo Pizarro is there. On where Gonzalo gets killed, that battle, all of his men desert him or are killed, and so he's fighting the Spanish crown and the Peruvian governor appointed by King Charles, and he's trying to maintain his semblance of power. At the end, like at the end of it, just what you would imagine, they all get killed, all Gonzalo Pizarro's men, and then they only killed one of the Spaniards, and so it's like, fucking look at this shit. It all comes back around. I didn't think we were on opposite sides either. I was thinking more of a contemplation, not a debate. Yeah, exactly. And again, I know, and that's why I was just trying to be clear about it. That's what I was trying to say. It's like this is coming off a little bit more opposite sides, whereas like I don't think we are. I think it's just like a discussion, like you said. I think it's a contemplation. But let me go feed Keita if she'll even eat. I don't even know what to do with this dog, man. She's, poor thing, has just had an upset stomach for so long. And then Melissa is not sleeping well because in the middle of the night she gets up to take Keita out if she needs to go outside, take a poop, whatever. And so it's just like, fuck, man. This is spicy. It's spicier than I thought it was going to be. So let me go take care of her, get some water, and then I'll be back in a few minutes.